hold it down for me a little bit. There we go. Just a little something in the background. All right. Phone in airplane mode. Keyboard is out of the way. And I forgot I had this little cutting mat thing. So I don't have to completely screw up my my nice little Club PA pad for this. Now, tonight, we're going to disassemble this giant. This is a Windows Vista Home Premium OEM. Hewlett-Packard Pavilion DV9700. I'm just going to cover up the Windows code. Not that you can see it because this camera is super lame. And we're going to put it out so we can see it. It is grimy. It is very, very grimy. Let's find out how old it is. It is. I think maybe in the future I should have these tidbits of information up and ready for you. Let me make sure that Twitch actually has this information correct. As the last few times I've told it that what we're doing is basically completely ignored me. So, alright, that looks better. Hey JD, your notifications are borked. How are your notifications borked? Modifications. Man, my ability to speak tonight is borked. Alright, I was looking at the age of this thing. So HP DV, what did I say this was? A Pavilion 9700. All right. When did you come out? 2007. So this thing is 13 years old. 17-inch display. Ooh, boy, this is going to be fun. Battery. RAM. Hard drive. Disk drive. Or no. Sorry. Hard drive. There are 2 hard drive areas. And it's got one of those light scribes. Alright. So, let me get my screwdriver. How you doing this evening? Okay, so these are the screws we started, that we ended with last week. And now we're going to add it to our collection of screws. And we have a lot of little mounting points. Before I do this. Oh, I have IRL friends at your Animal Crossing island. That is fun. I keep saying I'm on the verge of caving and getting it. But at the rate that I'm caving, probably not. He's been playing for 2 days and has never played before. And I've been playing for like 2 weeks or 3 now. Well, it's been about 3 weeks since it came out, so at least, about most 3 weeks, I think. Alright. So, first things first. I was about to start taking out the screws of the body. Let's take out all the other things first. The most important things. Such as battery. Let's start with battery. So, just in case there is a charge in this thing, which it shouldn't be because it's been sitting around for like 3 years maybe. Yeah. I don't get a shock. And here is our empty box for recycling stuff. And it goes. First thing of the day. Alright, next up, let us open up these hard drive bay areas. Again, these are hard drives that may have information on, so I'm going to have to go through them later and verify that all is cleared off before tossing it. Always 0 out of drive. Ooh, this one's empty. So, what's this? Some sort of plastic? Doesn't feel like metal. That looks sort of metallic. It's probably just plastic. Do we want to try and remove? How are you liking Animal Crossing, by the way? I think I've said in the past, I haven't played outside of the browser one. I played the first DS one for a little bit there. Wasn't exactly my call though. There we go. We're on the rubber pad, foot pad, foot thingy. Ooh, foot pads. Put that over there. And these screws are held in place by these lock washers, so we don't need to take them out. Just toss that to the side. Into the recycle bin it goes in the morning. Recycle was this morning, so. You played both of those too? Okay, the DS and the phone one. Very good. I had to stop playing. I think I told you this. I had to stop playing the phone one because it basically just. I was charging my phone 3 or 4 times a day because I was opening that thing up instead of doing work, I guess, which is not good. All right, so is that plastic? Yeah, it's plastic. All right. Let me actually get this metal spudgy out. I can use that to take the feet off. Again, all the part numbers on it, like on the Acer and the other Hewlett Packard. What kind of RAM do we have here? Ooh, this is a 2 GB stick of PC2 5300S, 555 megahertz. Not bad. There's 2 of them, so 4 gigs of RAM. For a 2007 machine, that's pretty good. It's really good. Oh, this is your friend's first time playing the Animal Crossing series? There we go, that's unplugged. Unplug the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is unplugged. And while we're at it, why not take this Wi-Fi card out? And these will be our first actual screws that come out. All the other ones are held on by little lock washers. Never played it before. His kid might have, not sure. Okay. Is he playing with the kids? No, I was just saying. IRL should always trump what someone's saying in a stream, honestly. Because life is happening around you. And we should focus on that. So I am quite okay with that. Now, I was saying that one moment, this is an AG Wi-Fi card. Okay. What was I saying? I don't remember now. Yeah, I have no idea what I was saying. Alright, let's get this CMOS battery out. Whatever I was saying, it couldn't have been that important. If I can't remember. Alright, CMOS battery, how do I get you out? Can you see the CMOS battery? Almost. Maybe a little. It's being held in by this plastic locking thing that I just broke. Oh well. It's free now. It actually looks like a... This is a CR2032. Oh, there's still power on it. I can use it. There are things around the house that use that. Let's take this off. Use a sharp pointy end. Pointy end goes to the man. Thank you, Antonio Banderas, for making that line so just perfect. I remember seeing that movie in the theaters, and I don't know, something about Antonio Banderas bothered me. And actually, another thing about him was he's a good actor. Yeah. I think it's just that everyone's making a big deal out of him at the time. And I was being a dumb teenager? 20-year-old? I don't remember what year that was. I was being dumb. Let me move this screen just a little so you can get better pictures of what's going on here. There we go. I'm thinking in the next little bit, because I have to, and I've got the parts, you might get to see me take apart my cell phone, because I dropped it and it landed boop, and then bounced and landed boop. As you can tell, it's turning on for no reason whatsoever. And now there's cracked glass all the way down here and all the way. This is basically cellophane tape to keep it from shredding my ears. But that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I haven't touched it, done anything about it aside from order the parts. So maybe once I'm out of laptops, I will fix it live. I've done the reading. I know how to do it. But I will definitely have the iFixit website up for that one. And it was really dumb and annoying too, the way it broke. Alright, let's see. There's no screws here. Those are the screws that were holding the top in. It doesn't seem to be held in by anything else, so I guess I just have to pull on this tab. It's really dumb. I was cleaning up after doing a bit of work of cleaning up my garage. And I was done. All I was doing was just putting stuff away, and I put it in my pocket, but I hadn't completely put it in my pocket. It was just sort of sitting on the edge of my pocket, like that. So when I turned too quickly, it went woo, it flew out of my pocket and onto the driveway ground, and shattered, or sort of shattered. It's mostly still. It works mostly still. I'm convinced that it's eating more battery power than it should. Probably because of the capacitive touchscreen being better. Your friend stepped on their pants when it was in his pocket. Ooh, yeah, that's bad. I used to have this habit of literally kicking my pants across the bedroom and into the hamper. And I thought, never once occurred to me until it actually, like right before it actually happened, that one day my phone is going to be in my pocket when I do that. And my phone's going to go flying. And it's going to break. And then one day my phone did go flying, and it did not break. I was very surprised and happy. I never did that ever again. Alright, so I think I just need to push you up. Oh, no, we just fall out. Alright. I think this slides off. And that is just a SATA drive. How much of a SATA drive are you? You are a 250 gigabyte SATA drive. Which, it's not that amazing because I have a 128 gigabyte little sliver of a thumb drive that I use to store old videos on, old streams on. Alright, so junk old metal. Go to the recycle. We have a SATA adapter, which I don't think they really use these anymore. So, recycle bin. Alright, I think that's all of the stuff that's in here. Now, should I try to disconnect, remove the screen before I do anything else? And this seems to be the same layout as the first laptop that we took apart together. So I'm thinking yes. So let's remove. Let's first do this. Focus on that, camera. There. Hold on. Let's do this instead. Look, it's the inside of a Veritech Fighter model. It comes apart. Alright, so this is a rubber stopper foot thing right next to the microphone. We'll use the pointy end. Some latches. You know, with everything the way it is right now, all the people who said, I'm going to stream something one day, start streaming. And I feel bad that that just broke. That I kind of promised to myself that when they did, I would watch them. There's just not enough time in the day. Not enough time in the day at all. But I did have an idea on that topic. I did have an idea for a stream, and it was morning calisthenic workouts, like radio exercises, stuff like that. I actually can't see what you're saying on here because the thing's in the way. 12 streams that you follow at a time yesterday? Wow, that's that is a form of stream athleticism. Trying to follow all that at the same time. But I'm sure you didn't try to follow. You probably missed most of those because they're 12 at once. People can't pay attention to 12 things at once. That's just nutty. Let me move this out of the way so I can get at that. Some cat hairs in here still. Rubber foot there and a rubber foot there. So this is, I've told you little stories and tidbits about all the laptops I've worked on so far. This is girlfriend's mother's, and when she didn't need it anymore, we took it, and we really didn't have much use for it. So it's just been sitting around for a couple of years now, but it's got all those same parts that first Compaq did, because Compaq and Hewlett Packard at the time were pretty much the same company. I'm not even sure if there is a Hewlett Packard or a Compaq anymore. Alright, that's 2 screws. And there's 3 more along the top. Let me feel along the side here. Is that a security thing? Why would you put the security? The security dealie is in the screen. Why would you put it there? Anyway, let's get these out. One of the things I've actually been enjoying during the workday, streaming. Speaking of streaming, it's not really streaming, but it's streaming. It's hanging out in Chris Straub's Switchboard channel. Or in his channel, the Switchboard portion. Sometimes during the week, folks on there will stream what they're watching, and a handful of us have been co-watching Deep Space Nine with some folks who have never seen it, and Brosephine's never seen it, and now they're up to season 3. Things got really interesting. I was very excited for them. All right, out. Oh wow, this is a glossy case. Ooh, there we go. What this sounds like on your end, all this popping in. Oh wait, no, it's a hole. That's where the latch came through. That was a lot less painful than I was expecting. And there's nothing really on here of importance. No magnets, no nothing, just plastic. And some foil tape for where the microphones were. Isolation, I guess. Oh, good. Not overly loud, just little snappy sounds. Okay, good. Alright, so... Wow, the power converter for the monitor wasn't even attached to anything. I think it was just sitting there. Yeah, there's this little post that could pop up, and it just sat on the posts. Alright, I think what I need to do is, because we took apart the compact version of this before. What I need to do is I need to take this part off. Yes, I need to take this part off. Move this over here because that's just in the way. And once I get... Do I take this part off first? No, I think I take this entire top panel off. And that should give me access to where the monitor plugs in. I can unplug the monitor. Or not. That... Alright, this looks like it might be 3 pieces. Nope. Nope. That is... Well, I've malformed it to the point where closing this will damage the screen now. So I think I just have to... pull it up by brute force, if I can, which I can't. I should have had some pliers in here for this. Alright, hold on. I'm going to take this off the table so I don't knock stuff around while I'm doing this. Maybe this is the correct way after all. Let's have a solo key. Oh no, it's being held on by screws right here. Hold on. I can't scroll. I can't close this. Ooh, what are you not being held in by anything? Is this monitor not being held in? I don't think this monitor is being... Oh man, this monitor's not being held in by anything. Okay. I'm having the regrets. Give me one moment. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm probably speaking too low for you. Oh, levels are good. Never mind. couple more screws. There's 6 of these, I think, that are holding this panel in. And then I can take them off. Or take it off. These screws aren't long enough. I don't think I'm actually removing the screws that hold the panel on. Let's see. Oh, yeah, stream ideas for the morning. I was thinking, why not do a sort of radio calisthenics stream? Because I need to get some motion going on. And I've got no business blaming the current circumstances for my lack of activity, because it started before that. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, that's what it was. Just a handful of screws and a ribbon cable. Alright. What sort of ribbon cable are you? Alright, that's out. So we've got ourselves one little touch capacitive board in here. Actually, not little at all. It goes all the way across. We're just going to take that out so that we can put that in the correct recycle bin. Basically just want to put the casing parts into the regular recycle, because the regular recycle can handle it. It's just metal and plastic. So that should pretty much handle that. Oh man, I just realized this is becoming old hat. This is already. This is the first thing that I had a hard time with this is the thing I had the hardest time with on the first laptop. Finding out how to take this part off so I can get at the monitor. All right, so capacitive circuit board. Come on, buddy. Technically, I think this music is not free to stream. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Oh, there we go. Just there we go. Now it's popping off. So all of this board, which is now all curly and stuff, is this. Nothing really amazing about it. There are tiny LEDs in there. That I could use my soldering iron to get out. But maybe someday. If I don't recycle this. Alright, so this goes into our recycle bin. Don't need that. And here we have seems to be the socket for the monitor. How is this even going in there? At work you have an on-site fitness center with, so Things going, they've been moved to Skype meetings. Oh, that's interesting. Alright. Oh! These little hinge bits are held on with screws. I can just take the screws off. And it goes, the cable goes underneath. Oh man, the cable's been crimped this entire time. Ah. Can't say as I like that. But that's just one more screw for the screw box. Yeah, I figured, you know, radio calisthenics together might be fun. A bunch of us get together. I fire up the old Twitch, send out an activity that we're going to do ahead of time, like through the Derby website or something like that, or just find some, like those old records that they used to play on military bases and schools, and then specifically I'm thinking about from all the freaking anime I've watched over the years. Okay, that's the screw that's actually holding this bit on. I'm thinking specifically of the stretchy calisthenic things. Am I missing something here? Oh, no, I'm not missing something. I am missing something. But all right, first things first. Let's unplug that before we go any further, because I may have gone too far already. I have to hold this. There we go. That's unplugged. You're unplugged. Everything's unplugged, plugged. All right. Yes, that's what I thought. It's kind of wiggling off right there. Come on, focus on what's important, camera. This is no longer truly attached except to the hinge portion itself. I think this is the only screw that holds the rest of it on. Otherwise, there's more screws underneath the speaker assembly, which I hope there are, because that is a tiny bloody screw to hold on that much. Okay, good. There is more. Also not good because I can't exactly get at it just yet. So speaker assembly. Don't know what you are. At least not all of you. Alright, so they've used a... It's hard to see here, but there is a piece of metal underneath the spudgy right now. It was just bent over to hold these wires in place. I do not approve of such things. It seems lazy. That goes under there. You need to be unplugged. Can I reach you with my fingers? Almost. Almost. Almost got it. Come on, speakers. I believe in you. There we go. Speakers are unplugged, unscrewed, and now I think this plastic is just here to house a speaker by each thumb. I think the plastic is just here to house the wire. Okay, I don't think this is a resonance chamber at all. This entire thing might be a resonance chamber, but I don't think it is. But into the bin of reuse it goes. Hold on. All right, bin of reuse. Restream. Ooh, have fun. Ow. Enjoy your DDs. Ooh, this is too big for my box. I will see you later, JD Lady. Let's see. Now. How is this being held in? Alright, let's try this. Am I missing something here? How is this being held on? Well, let us ignore that for now. And instead, focus on removing this screen. If I can't get at the hinge and the screen assembly one way, I'll get it another way. And again, stupid thing is not out focusing, or it is focusing, just it's using the screen as a mirror. I'm actually really looking forward to trying to reuse the webcam that's in this. So I learned from DIY Perks that pretty much all webcams and all laptops and are USB webcams anyway. So all you gotta do is find the right. Oops, I lost the screw. Find the right cable. Right, find the right two lines. Two of them are always going to be power. That's pretty much easy to figure out. And then you find the two data lines, and that's pretty much trial and error. You can screw that one up without any repercussions. All right, now how is? Well, I just have to do it this way. Take the hinge off. Take the tiniest screws off. And there we go. All right. I'm going to move this over like so. Put that there so I can take the remainder of these screws off with the hinge on this end. Then I will have the monitor, which is one of the things I want to keep detached. How is this plastic attached? It's just... That's it. Huh. Alright, well, This goes in the bin of reuse. Nice solid hinge. And the plastic goes in the recycle pile. What else do we have on here that needs taken off? Bracket at the other end. Yes. Let's remove this bracket. Let me turn this around like so first. And put this here so the camera stops focusing on itself. Why are you such a vain camera? Look at me. Anthropomorphizing a webcam. I think that's just 2 screws. Just 2 screws. This is not part of the hinge, but this is part of the. This bracket is part of the whole assembly to mount this to something, so I'll probably keep it just in case for the time being. We'll see what happens with it. But we have here a. Oh. I don't. A Chime Optoelectronics. Okay. 17-inch screen. Look at that. Imagine that. Sitting right next to your screen. Doing screeny things. Alright, let me put this somewhere where it'll be safe. So I don't muck it up accidentally. Alright. I think we're done with this for now. Put that away. Webcam. Hello, webcam. Is that the microphone? That's a microphone. Let's focus on getting this webcam out, which you can't even see. There. Webcam. Unplugged. Go. There we go. There we go. And one more time. There we go. That's still plugged in somewhere. How are you being held in? Are you just being held in by a plastic nubby? You're just being held in by plastic nubbies. How can I get you out without breaking you? There's a plastic nubby right there. Oh, I just sort of shimmy you out. You seem to also be a little bit glued in. All right. And here we have a webcam. Ta-da! The webcam daily right there. This entire thing is the webcam. I'll look it up later. But easiest way to figure out where the ground is when you're trying to figure out the lines is you put in a line, which I'm just going to reuse the one that's in here. And then that is going to be the ground. So, I mean, that's easy enough to find. You don't have to worry about the other ones. I mean, you do have to worry about the other ones, but you don't have to worry about mixing that up with the other ones, is what I'm trying to get at. Trying to scrape off some of this gunk, tape gunk. Good enough. So, you may see this in the future. I'm going to put that in my box of things to reuse. And then I'm going to take off the Wi-Fi antennae. They're up here. Man, this camera really doesn't know not to focus on stuff. And this is a metal latch, so I'm going to take that off just so we can separate the screws from the plastic and the metal, and the metal latch can go into recycle with the other plastic bits. Not too concerned about it being metal. Just want to separate it just in case. Alright, there we go on the Wi-Fi antennae. Now the last latch that we got to take off. Now the little, aside from the microphones, that'll be it for the back of this. Well, that's at least it for the screwing. Don't have to unscrew anything further. We can just use our tools to wiggle off the tape, get the wires. There we go. I don't think I need to take the italicized tape off of the back of this plastic screen housing. So unless someone comes across anything else that says otherwise in elsewhere, but you know, you can't go in, I'm just gonna leave it on. Stereo microphone. Into the reuse box it goes. And there we have, ooh, it's kind of nice and reflective. You know, I do have some nice LED strip, but I don't think I need to use this for that if I wanted to make a reflective board. No, I can just use some of my aluminized tape that I haven't out in the garage. Alright. Now this guy. Gotta get that off. How do I get that off? Let's reorient this a little bit. How are you being held on? You're being held on by these screws. Ah, there were screws here holding on the hinge. There weren't screws here because the heat fins are under here for the cooler. So let's take out those screws. That should just fall off, I think. Oh, that's a solid piece of metal right there. Why a solid piece of metal? Because it's part of this body. I probably can't get at this until after I've gotten everything else out. I believe I have to keep track of this silver cable, silver covered cable. This one here, because that is the webcam cable, and I want to try and keep that so I can figure out how to reuse the webcam. Let's take off the keyboard. Oh, I'm about to turn a heel on a sock, so I can't stop to type while doing that. Oh, yeah. I missed that, sorry. I know the complexities of turning the heel of a sock. Not from first-hand experience, mind you. It's just that I live with a knitter. Alright, do I need to keep the power board? I don't think I need to keep the power board. Or at least the power switch board. That's that right there. I've got 2 more screws here. Maybe I just had 2 screws to begin with. Maybe I took screws out that I didn't need to take out. About to find out. Using the word out a lot right now. I've got all the screws from here that I need to take. So, no harm in removing screws from here willy-nilly now, I think. Just as long as I get them all. Laptop screws, gotta get them all. I'm making up songs right now, ripping off Pokemon, because it is a universal song that everyone knows. Let's see. Oh, that's just a protective sheet that's not covering up any screws. Alright, so I've got basically all the screws around the perimeter that need taking out. So we'll start here by the optical drive and work our way around. Hey Stiggs! How are you doing? I wish I could sing to a beer right now. I haven't had a beer in weeks. This is a crying shame. I also have no grains to sing to, I'm very sorry. Unless you count as grains, or these little bits of metal here that the screws count as grains. They're grains of a computer. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Now, if we all lived nearer each other, I might say I would accept your laptops for disassembly so that I could recycle them for you. Just so we could keep doing this, because I'm almost out of laptops. This is my second to last laptop for this. I've got one more. There we go. What am I doing to this? Well, I'm just disassembling it. I'm putting the screws, collecting the screws, just for funsies. But if all the plastic casing and metal casing parts that have no circuit boards glued or permanently attached are being removed and just going into the recycle bin, because they can be recycled like most any other plastic or metal. The electronics portions, circuit boards, keyboards, all that stuff, I am taking out and putting in a particular bin that I'm collecting in, so that when things start back up around here and they do another electronics recycling day or computer recycling day, I can just bring it to the city and conscientiously recycle it. Otherwise, as it originally started off as finding out from a website, a YouTube show I like to watch called DIY Perks, that all webcams in laptops are effectively USB webcams, and if you want to do some sort of fun project with them, you can do it. Like, I poker hand cam. If you ever watched the poker championships, my dad used to watch that. When I came over, he'd be watching it, and I watch it with him. He stopped watching that. I think he's bored with it now. But wouldn't that be neat? Running a board game remotely with some friends, right? They don't have to have the game. Nobody has to have a computer. They could use their phone. Because you're running the game for them, and you're sending a webcam to them exclusively. Yeah, those flat to the table cams, so that you see your hand. But imagine something like, if you had something like Wingspan. I'm going to use this booklet here. So imagine this Veritech Fighter Transformation Manual is your board in Wingspan. I'm going to put it down here. Imagine this Veritech Fighter Transformable Fighter Diecast Model registration card is your hand. And it sits like so. The camera is here, pointing, so that it sees your board that you're building with, and it sees your hand. So you can have someone who is on location put your little player pieces on the board, play the cards from your hand, and so on. An interesting project. Or another thing I was thinking I could do with them is, at least with the webcams, is remote D&D games where people use die. Imagine watching one of those, but the space you roll your die in has a webcam pointing at it. That's all it's for, exclusively just for that. I think it'd be fun, kind of action-packed-ish. All right, so where was I? Screws. Got that one, and that one. All right, now I need to get the screws out of here. Also, it's fun just to take these things apart and find like random parts. Oh, hey, Roz. Hey, Purple Monkey Robots. Oh, wait. Looks like my keyboard actually wants to come out. Let's take it out. We just held on with a little bit of tape. And that's the back of the keyboard. A Quanta pin number. Oh. Model number AT5A. Cool. You can't really see it from here because it's all fuzzy, but this is a ribbon cable. I think it is it the kind that I pick up? Like so, or pull out? Let's pull out. Alright, there's a little recycle bin. I mean, you can reuse these things, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, Sticks, like you build a dice tower and you chuck your dice in and they pour out on the camera view, so both you and whoever's watching sees it at the same time. And oh, since you probably weren't here when I dug it out, hold on, let me get out of the box. This is actually the first webcam module I've taken out of a laptop so far. This is the third laptop, but this is how small the webcam modules are. And this is the power and data, which basically is just a USB plug, internally speaking. This end over here, let me do this. All right, this end over here is the ground. So as long as I use a multimeter plugged into this end to a wire on this end, I can figure out where the ground is. And usually they mark, I don't see it though, but I can find the positive and negative, and then it's just a matter of trial and error finding the right data lines. Doesn't harm anything getting it wrong, getting those wrong. But this is a 3.9 volt. So yeah, USB. I mean, USB goes up to 5, but this is totally a USB thing. But yeah. I'm saving the monitors for making external monitors. um, both for myself and others, because you can do that. I kind of had this idea for a project when it comes to the... Look, I'm going a little bit full on Mission Impossible. Yes, Stiggs. Everything that can be reused are reused. Everything that can't be gets recycled. I have always wanted to do all these little neat little projects that require portions of old laptop. Focus, damn you. There we go. Is it USB 2.0? Yeah, I believe so. Alright, so here we have another ribbon cable for the power button. Are you just glued down? You're just glued down. Oh, I manhandled that one. That's okay, it goes into the recycle bin, who cares? So this is the power for the monitor, the speakers, and I don't know what else, but this is both the power and data. So this is a USB module and power at the same time. But these are usually highly specific, so I'm just going to toss it into the recycle bin. So this ribbon cable went to something. Don't remember what, but I need it. So I'm just going to pull it up, and then just going to pull it out into the recycle. I mean, come on. We've all seen those movies when we were kids, and we're like, yeah, I can, if I just had those parts and put them together that way, I can do it too. Yeah. Oh, hold on. This is the feed the Wi-Fi cables through. I'll already unplug those. That was one of the first things I did. And I disconnected the Wi-Fi antenna from the monitor housing, and this is the line that I want to keep for reuse for the... It's only got 3 lines on here. Oh wait, no, there's 4. There's 2 interwoven, a black and a gray one right there. But yeah, I want to I want to save this one so I can try and reusing it for the webcam. Let's get this Kapton tape out of the way, and then use my fingernails on the... There we go. Come on. There we go. There's all that is. Little 4-socket plug on one end and 5-socket on the other. I probably won't have any use for the lines, the sockets. Crystal radio kits. I never got to play with crystal radio kits. I saw those in magazines, old magazines from like English magazines. Crystal radio kits never really made it, as far as I could tell, to where I lived. Did I miss a... Oh, I missed a couple of screws here. Oh, let's get back to that. Let's get back to these screws. I wanted to get that hinge out. Now, I remember had some hand-me-down Boy Scout books from the 70s or something. Not Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts. With the how to make your own radio kits where you coiled the copper around a toilet paper and a dowel. Come on. There we go. I never got to do that when I was little, because some of those parts just weren't available where we were. I'm taking the rubber feet off. I'm not sure they're recyclable, but also flower pots. You can put in the bottom of flower pots. I have flower pots around the house. I could use them. And it keeps moisture from building up on this whatever surface they're sitting on. Also, sometimes they hide screws under these things, and it's really annoying. Oh. One more. Just one more? Just one more. This one here. Once I get that one up, that'll be all the rubber feet. And just some screws left. Right? Got one there, got one here, and here. So I'll get the one from underneath the hinge area out first. Oh man, yeah, I remember moving to the States for the first time, and I found the magazine that was possibly the nerdiest, most hardcore magazine ever, and it's two of them actually, Popular Science and Popular Mechanics, and I ate those up. My middle brother sometimes likes to joke that had the bunch of us been born into the 1920s, we'd be born shortly after World War II. We'd just be building skyscrapers and tooling around with ham radios all the time. Hey, little omelet. Look, Popular Science is more nerdy than White Dwarf when you don't know White Dwarf exists. Come on. It doesn't want to come out. There we go. Have we got them all? It looks like we got them all. Alright. So I've got all the screws out. Why was it on still? It's just wiggling around, I guess. Alright, well, let's take this piece of plastic off because I'm reusing the hinges I might need them. So, hinge. Nice strong hinge. And now we just got to get the screws over on this side. I think what I need to do before I do that is get this plastic housing off. Is that something you can do? I'm gonna say no. I think the top comes off. This silver stuff comes off first. So let's get all the screws out of here first. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? No, I might not be. Alright, let's just get the screws. So how's everyone doing tonight? Everyone doing okay? Staying sane, staying hydrated. I mean, sane is relative, really, but staying hydrated, staying busy, just doing your stretches. Looking out a window every so often, just to focus on something further away than a wall. I have to do that. Thing I learned some years ago at a contract job was 20 seconds. Stare at something for 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Every 20 minutes. Or just try to focus on it. And it helps with eye fatigue. And every time I forget to do that for any period of time, eye fatigue just kicks my butt. So I recommend it, at least from my own experience. No testing done there, all anecdotal. Oh, last day of vacation before the job market. Well, enjoy it. Where are you, what are you looking into? If I may be so bold as to ask. Alright, can I now take this off? Yep, there we go. Aircraft maintenance. Oh, man. Oh. Ooh, some more screws. This is the latching system that holds the monitor down. That's just one big old chunk of metal. Well, I'm sure you'll find something, Stiggs. You know, aircraft maintenance isn't exactly, Oh, I don't know anything, actually. Probably shouldn't say I know. Whoa. Big screw head. Tiny little screw. Aside from my brief foray into aerodynamics in my freshman year in college, I really don't know much in the way of anything about it. Also, my obsession with my need to read up on kit planes every so often. I wouldn't call it obsession. Just one of those things you feel the need to read about on occasion, and you just dive into it, and you realize you're never going to do anything with that information anyway, so why continue reading on it? Because I'm not in that business. And I'm not rich, so I can't buy my own plane. Plan. Not plane, plan. Alright, so this is being held on by a spring-loaded lever of some sort. Can't you just pop you out? How are you held in? Alright, I thought that'd be a bit more bendy. That was a bit more explodey. Oh yeah, air travel as a concept is not going to be gone for a very long time. It's just a matter of where and when, like you say. Alright, so, piece of metal. Piece of metal. Oh, I could have unscrewed this. Oh, wait, this is the plastic that held the, This is just plastic, so I'm going to separate it. Come on. Pop off. No? Oh, I don't want to bend this too much. Well, it'll pop off easier when the time comes. Into the recycle pile. Now, oh, this little bit of metal too. Yep. And then I'm going to take the touchpad off. Touchpad screws are not Phillips head ones. There's at least Phillips head aughts. So let's get out some aughts. Heads. There. There we go. almost missed that. Into the box of recycle. Need those tiny screwdrivers to come. Oh, oh, you mean the glasses screwdrivers? The jeweler's screwdrivers. I think you're thinking about. I actually have. I picked this up a long while back, and it actually goes a little bit beyond that. I picked it up because I had to fix something, and believe it or not, everything, man, I saved a lot of money just buying that. It was expensive, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm a cheapskate. But I think I've saved more money because of those tools than I've spent on them. So, I mean, half dozen of one, six of another sort of thing. Six of one, half dozen of the other? Is that how the phrase goes? I don't remember right now. How are you being held on? Oh, plastic lever things. We'll take these little rubber pads off. Those they don't recycle well. And this is a chunk of metal. Goes in the metal pile. Buttons. Button. Electronics recycling box. Alright, Captain Touchpad. How do I separate you? This little popped up. Just a little popped in. Popper thingies. And a touchpad. Can I reuse the touchpad? Maybe. Big old maybe. I've got one of these already from the last laptop, but yeah, why don't we toss it in the reuse box? See, maybe we can find some use for it. So now, aside from this bit, all this is plastic. So I'm just going to toss that in the recycle pile, the general recycle pile. Now it's down to this: the motherboard, the DVD drive. Can I just slide? There's no screw holding it in, so I think I can just slide it out. Yep, there we go. A LightScribe DVD. Man, I thought these were so cool back in the day. Yeah, if I knew how to change brake rotor sticks, I'd do the same thing. I would buy that toolkit to change my brake rotors. But, man, it's ridiculous. Alright, where were we? The motherboard is not being held in by anything anymore. Because I've taken... Oh, maybe it is being held in by something. Let me take out that. That goes in the electronics recycle box. Some Kapton tape. This is one of those expansion slot thingies. Let's take the screws off of that so we can unplug it. Make sure it's not holding down the motherboard in any capacity. YouTube University, yep. You can learn pretty much anything from there these days. I find myself watching videos on YouTube University, or not on YouTube, to learn about, weirdly enough, things are of absolutely no use to me at all. How to build your own batteries for solar battery backup systems, how to build different types of gardening, mostly woodworking and metalworking and leatherworking, things I've never actually going to use because I don't have the tools, and I'm astoundingly lazy. But I swear part of me thinks, wouldn't it be nice to just, if you wind up disliking your job, why don't you just quit your job and do these things you've been watching YouTube videos about? What are you? What are you? This is soldered on, this line. Onto this board. So I can't reuse. I mean, I could probably reuse this board, but I'm not gonna. It's just recycling. Into the recycle bin. Is there a screw here? Well, let's get these screws out of the way. These are the screws that held the DVD burning drive in place. Ever tried home brewing? No, but I don't recall if we ran into each other in Philadelphia the second Unplugged. But I was in a complete state, mostly because I screwed myself over, but also because the airport of Philadelphia screwed me over, and I was very angry with the airport of Philadelphia because it ate my book, which is can't find it. I was reading it. It was in my read pile. A book on home brewing. I've never made mead. I've wanted to make mead. I've never made beer. I wanted to make beer. Keep telling myself one day I'm going to make my own beer. And then I never do. I think one of the reasons is all the people I know don't live anywhere near me. And I mean like by hours upon hours of driving. So I would be drinking this beer on my own. Several gallons of beer. Same beer every day gets boring eventually. Regardless of how much you like it. Also, fear of trying new things. Like making beer. Oh, that's music in the... Wow, these headphones made me think there was a person in the room with me. Oh no, one of these days I'm going to have to make my own beer. The fear of trying new things needs to be set aside, and I need to do it. I need to do a new thing and make my own beer. Meat is super easy. BBN have quite a bit in stores, but giving a lot away. Oh. Wow. This is the CPU cooler house of. Do I have to take the plastic off the motherboard? Not the other way around? No? Yes, there's a screw here. Hold on, let me get this screw out of the way. Oh yeah, the primary thing you have to pay attention to is sanitation. I actually started doing pickling some years back because I was deeply unemployed, and not that I needed to like make food or something like. Is this just an SATA extension card? It's just a SATA extension card, and Christmas presents were a thing that was going to be difficult for me that year, so. I sat down, did some math, figured out that it'd be cheaper for me to make gallons of pickled garlic and mustard and flavored liqueurs for people for Christmas than it would be for me to do the I'm going to buy you gifts for all my family members. And in the end, I don't think it was really appreciated as much, which is a shame. But I learned a lot of stuff, and I liked pickling. I like making foods. Oh, there's screws in here. Oh. This won't come out because there's screws in there. Yeah, if you keep everything clean, when food chemistry, like I said, it's about sanitation. Food chemistry wants things to be clean. You're basically contaminating the food with the things you want to contaminate it with to get the ideal results. as opposed to random crap from the environment. What did I pickle? Garlic cloves. I pickled garlic cloves primarily, and I thought they'd be inherently spicy because they're garlic cloves. But what really happened was they turned out a little bit sweet. Yeah, that's precisely. You want the yeast there to be the only living thing. You want to intentionally. It's an intentional contamination of sorts. That's how I'm looking at it. What are you even? Doesn't matter. I'm not reusing this thing, or this thing, of course, into the recycle bin. How do you come out? Well, let's take this bit out here. This seems to be a power switch. This is the power switch, or some sort of switch. Oh, it's coming out. Regardless. And it goes into the recycle. And the screws go with the screws. One of the reasons I don't want to make booze is I live in Florida. And it's keeping the temperature low enough to make it happy. That's going to be hard. I live in an air-conditioned environment. Yes, that's going to be helpful, but like I missed a screw. But it doesn't want to stay at this temperature. Oh yeah, you still in Florida? Yeah, heat sucks. Yeah, my house is not designed for hobby brewing, let alone hobby pickling. I don't know how I managed to pull that off. All right, let's see. So I need to. Okay, there we go. Oh, this pops up. There. There's a screw holding that down. There we go. Whereabouts in Florida were you, Stiggs? It's always fun to commiserate with one's in regards to misery. Misery loves company, after all. What are you? Are you a thermocouple? Panama! Oh, yeah. What the hell are you? Hanstar DA0AT51 blah 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 blah. 94 volt. What? Oh, this must be some sort of transformer or something. Oh, recycle. Oh yeah, spring break. Woo! I live in Daytona. Spring break is terrible. It is the worst. Alright. What else are we attached to here? Some screws. I'm going to take you out. Spring break is the dumbest. The Daytona Beach City Bureau Commerce people use the airbrush t-shirts. Oh man. Wait, I'm still using the that's no wonder it's not grabbing. Alright, hold on, let me put the one on. Alright, so one of the cities that Daytona is competing with for beach traffic, I guess, is Myrtle Beach. And the geniuses in the city offices paid some company out of Myrtle Beach to come up with a new slogan. And the slogan for Daytona Beach used to be Daytona Beach, the world's most famous beach. Now it's Daytona Beach. Wide open fun. Why would you do that? It's dumb. It's a bad slogan. Alright. Now we have a USB port. We have a barrel jack for the power. Now how is this all staying fixed in here? Is there no screw that I'm missing? Feels like it might be. Oh, no. I'm just not manhandling it enough. Just need to add a little bit more brute force to it. Right? Used to airbrush t-shirts, man. I don't want this to be a one-up session, but this is sort of, this is not meant to be a one-up, but I used to work at a go-kart track. And race would come around. And as soon as there was rain or someone wiped out or whatever, man, those race fans would come across the street, because we were across the street, boozed up and angry when I told them, you can't drive your go-karts. You're drunk. And then they threatened the teenagers that worked for that I was in charge of. They didn't work for me. I was just in charge of them. Like, my dude, I get that you're pissed drunk, but you're gonna go threaten a 16-year-old who's doing his first job ever because you don't get to have your way. Way to be mature. Am I missing another screw? Second. I'm clearly missing a screw somewhere. I can feel it. Somewhere in here. Let's have a look at here. I'm going to pull this open. And I'm going to see that hold on. Hold on. Ow. Ah. That's not going to do it. I'm going to break the motherboard this way. Not that I'm concerned with the motherboard breaking, but it looks I missed a screw. Right there. A very obvious screw location. Hey, look at that. Okay. That's the power line. That can come off. I don't know what you are. I don't care. You can come off. You can go into the recycle bin. Oh, that was the USB line next to the power board. All right. I'll set the motherboard aside for now. I'm going to see about getting rid of taking out these last few screws so this piece of metal can be separated from these two pieces of metal can be separated from the plastic. Alright, that's totally plastic. It's just very shiny plastic. Go-kart checks there, they're in the crazy. Oh yeah, those, man, I think half of beach tourism is just getting people into an inebriated state and then having them do stupid crap and charging them more money than it's worth. And just making sure that they sign the waivers that say, if you die, it's your own fault. It's not my fault at all. This is held on by heat molded plastic, so I'm gonna have to break it off. There we go. Let me just get this thing off. And we have a chunk of plastic with the Vista code on the back. I wonder if there's any way for me to give it to the librarian so they can use it to get XP codes or Windows 10 codes or whatever. Alright. Now, it's motherboard time. What I did last time was I took the heatsink off of the CPU and just for funsies, just to see what sort of CPU it was. I'm convinced I can reuse the heatsink for something. And I probably will use it for like a Peltier cooling project in the future or something. This office gets very warm this time of year. Two of my walls are sort of southish facing, so it's going to get hot here very quickly. I sometimes think maybe I could make myself a little fan. Desk fan cooling setup. Maybe not a Peltier based thing, because that's just more heat to deal with. What are you attached to? Oh, you're glued down. Okay, no problem. Plug the power, pull it up. This is the heat pads. There's some glue. And Chunkosaurus. Man, this is all steel or aluminum with this copper heat pipe. And then there's copper fins in here that seem to have been painted for some reason. Yeah, I feel like I could just take this and I think I have it here still. There we go. Here's the heatsink from last week. I could, in theory, mount these together like so. Have this fan running. Doing what? I don't know, but we've got the fins here at the bottom. That could be heat exchanging with a liquid medium. And then this thing blows on me. I don't know. We'll see. Let's find out what the CPU is. AMD Tyrion 64X2. 2005. Oh my gosh. This is a 64-bit 2-core CPU. I took last week's CPU off. That's still on my desk. I'm going to take this one off too. Keep it on my desk. Why not? Why not? I suppose gone are the days where you can upgrade your laptop in this fashion. Or maybe that's just Macs that you can't upgrade in this fashion. But the ability to just unscrew this and switch out the CPU, that'd be really cool. one of these days, I think it'd be fun to get a broken gaming PC laptop, a gaming laptop rather, or something with that sort of power in it, because I have an old iMac over there from my college days. Post-college days, I think. It's from 2008. But the format is great. It's a big 22-inch screen, 10 by 16, 16 by 10 screen instead of 16 by 9. So you get all that nice space. And it was kind of a workhorse for a long time. But I'd love to basically take out the guts of it, because the motherboard finally died on me. And I wasn't going to, no, the power board died on me. I was going to spend $80 to $200 on a 10-year, at the time, a 10-year-old computer's power board. But replace the guts with a more modernish thing. The heat airflow in that thing is pretty okay. So I think that'd be kind of cool. One day. But not today. And probably not anytime soon. But there we go, motherboard. One more computer broken down for the recycle. That's a good night's work. So let's add these screws to the screw box. Some new and interesting ones. And how's the best way to do this? I'm just going to do it like last time. Of course, the magnet's going to grab onto some. And yes, this is a Chessex dice case boxy thing. Although I don't think I have any Chessex dice anymore. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. And they like to go into the little holes here sometimes. It doesn't look like they did this time. Alright. We have about a third of a little container of screws. Slowly but surely, this thing will fill up with screws. But an idea was given to me yesterday, and I was talking about how this thing has to come off. I don't want it to come off, but it's gonna have to come off so I can wear masks when I go out in public, because I am on that short list of people who will basically kick the bucket if I get this COVID thing, and I do not like the idea of kicking the said bucket. My thinking was either recording it or streaming it, or doing a charity thing where you guys basically just decide how much gets shaved off. That was a suggestion that was given to me. What does anyone think of that? Or those ideas? A ritual shaving of the face for posterity via Twitch? A charity stream where I do that, maybe? Fairly certain, though, if I did do a charity, I'm not sure if doing it for Child's Play, which is what my charity usually is that I do stuff for, because had Child's Play been around for me when I was a kid, it would have been fantastic. I spent a lot of time in the hospital as a child. But they weren't. Kick the bucket sounds innocently close to pet the dog, but it's like the exact opposite. Oh yeah, I mean, I could be petting the big dog in the sky. But yes. On that note, behold, the razor shaver doohickey that I haven't used in like for friggin' ever, because I've had a beard for a very long while. I actually took it apart yesterday fixed it, so it works now. Cleaned it and so on. But yeah, what's on my dog list? Oh man, I never really thought about that. That's deep thinking there. I don't know. I know I have to go to Iceland because I have to visit family I haven't seen in a long time. I'd like to see them soon. I know I'd like to visit Germany, hang out with some friends there. Visit our friends Tomas and Christian. Go to Japan. Yeah, go places. But I'd like to make my own beer. I like to make my own mead. See, one of the problems I have with going to Iceland is I've been feeling pretty homesick lately. Now, if I go to Iceland, I might not come back. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, travel places, make foods, eat foods, see things. That's usually the list people have. I think I don't know. The Vikings' blood calls. Danish mead is actually pretty good. I hate to admit it. That line of Danish mead is pretty good. Stig, since you seem to be a bit of a mead fan. St. Ambrose is a meadery, and they make a mead called Black Madonna. It's blackberry mead. It has that sort of, it's not tart, but that sort of tart effect to it that steals your breath almost when you drink it. It's really good. I really, really like it. If you can find it, I recommend getting a couple bottles. I haven't had it in like a year or so. It's one of the places I used to frequent, stuff carrying it. There's one thing I would like to do, or a couple of things. Train related. I'd like to do the north-south train ride in Japan and just stop in places. But I'd like to do a cross-country train ride here in the States. Not that the train system in the States is all that great, but I just like to do it. It'd be fun. I'm mildly convinced that I'm mildly convinced that playing Ticket to Ride on a train going across country might be fun. But I mean, how you can only do that for so long. Man, a lot of the stuff that is on my bucket list is going places related. I want to go to New Zealand. I want to see the Shire. I want to go to England. I want to see the Shire. I know the Shire is based off of someplace in England. I forget where, but the movie Shire is obviously a set that was built and maintained in New Zealand. I hear it's quite pretty. I wouldn't mind hiking across New Zealand. Hey, Funk Police. Cross-country bus ride. Oh, the smells I would smell. Oh, Funk. Funk Police. Yeah. I imagine some of those smells would be somewhat funky. This is a pie in the sky thing, and it involves the sky. I would like to do a trip in a dirigible or like a Zeppelin type thing, like a I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? That just sounds like so much fun. Um, I've been telling myself I wanted to get my pilot's license. I learned how to fly a little bit when I was a kid. I never did it again, and I kind of liked it. I wouldn't mind building a plane, like a kit plane. Um, really, cross country bus ride was actually nicer than you expect. Lounger and with charger and Wi-Fi. Man, hike the Pacific Crest. Yes, and the Appalachian Trail, the Pacific Crest Trail. Um, I'd love to go camping in the redwoods or just like in the Pacifics, along the Pacific Trail somewhere. I haven't been camping in 20 years, I think. It's been more than 20 years since I've been camping. I loved camping and I miss it, and it's just impossible to do here anymore. Um, Kit planes are awesome. In the experimental class, you can get with some licensing things. Interesting. Um, yeah, I was looking at these swept back infinity wing things. Not swept, like the first set of wings at the bottom are regular plane wings, like so. And then as they come towards the top, because it's almost like a biplane, as they come towards the top, like so, there's wings in the back that go towards the tail. Those look really cool. Multnomah Falls. Yes, Multnomah Falls looks really nice. Wouldn't mind stopping there. Back on the topic of Japan, I wouldn't mind doing like a mountain retreat somewhere with a hot spring and just sort of chill out in a hot spring or something. That'd be cool. One of your grandfather's brothers moved out west and lives there. Lived there the rest of his days. No one ever knew what happened to him until you Googled him and found his graves. Oh wow, that's pretty cool, Jade Lady. You might want to start with an FAR first if you don't have an A&P, just because a car has a mechanical failure, doesn't. Oh, you mean go cross country? You mean it doesn't fall from the sky? Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I hate driving. I genuinely hate driving. But I don't mind it. To the point where I've told myself if I were to move across country, I would demand from whoever hires me that I have time to do a cross country drive as part of the move. I would love that. I'd love to basically just... Oh, start with a small car. You mean? Building a kit car. Not a kit plane. Oh. That makes a lot more sense. I actually want to do that too, believe it or not. I want to convert a Scion XB to an electric car. The boxy Scion XBs that look like they were made from wood blocks or Legos or whatever back in the day, the 2005s. I had a friend of mine she and her husband each had a Scion XB, that's the same model, and they were both much taller than me, and I'm 6'1". He's like almost 6'8". He's sitting in that front seat or the back seat, no problem whatsoever. Stretch his legs out, would not brush his head against the ceiling. Lots of space in those things. I was really surprised. Yeah, the Borgy looking ones. Not well. There's the Scion XPs, and then there's other ones that look like they're actually called the Cube. It was not a Scion. I forget who made it. That it may have been Mitsubishi or Nissan or something. But yeah, Stiggs, the definite cubey looking ones. I don't know why I want to convert cars to electric. That I'll probably never use, but I might use the XB one. It's a good kick around town car. It's perfect actually. But I want to convert a K truck, like a Japanese K truck, to missed a piece of plastic that needs to go in the garbage. I want to convert Japanese K car or K truck to electric. Not that there's a lot of space for a battery on there, but I think it'd be cool. The K cars are, or more fuel efficient Stigs, or the Scion XPs. The reason I look away from the camera when I'm talking to you guys is because the chat is over there, so I'm kind of looking at you and not looking at you. Both at the same time. Like when I'm looking here, I'm not looking at you. When I'm looking here, I'm not looking at you. But I'm also looking at you. I know, dumb. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about the idea of a charity stream, or at least just a stream for a shave stream for posterity. At the very least, I'll record it for posterity. It was a system with a small battery and an onboard engine to keep it charged, like a Karma. I don't know a Karma. I have to look that up. Yeah, that. I hadn't thought about that. Ooze the Muse shaved his head today for stream. Wow. Yeah, Funk Police. I'm gonna have to trim it off, at least for the next little bit, so I can wear a mask, so I can leave the house. Oh, it was a few days ago. Okay. That Ooze shaved his head. Okay. I mean, that's a smart move. It's a neat thing to do. Well, I think that this actually is the trimmer I used to use whenever I trimmed the beard. It's just now there's a lot more for it to work around. Maybe we just get me a full biohazard suit. Man, I wouldn't mind it. I could at least go to the grocery store finally. Aside from to drive the car to keep the battery charged, I haven't left the house. This is early March. This is the first weekend of March, actually. I mean, I haven't left. I have left. I've been outside, but I haven't left the house. So I've done stuff in the garden and stuff like that. Yeah. There's stuff that I need to get from the grocery store that store runner services aren't having much luck getting because of timing issues, I guess. Either way. I'm now thinking of the biohazard suit. Like with the big backpack thing and all that. And you can see my face in there. But then I take the biohazard suit off and it's just beard all the way to the ground. I gotta do something about my color balance. This green shirt looks great. It's a mint green shirt and looks great. Oh well. But thanks for joining me tonight, guys. I'm gonna call it quits, and I'm gonna play some video games tomorrow. Play Baldur's Gate, and now that I figure out what's up with my freaking capture card, I can do some other stuff. Turns out I was overusing my USB buses on my desktop, so just have to plug some stuff into different things is all. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be playing some Baldur's Gate starting at 8 o'clock like usual. And then I'll be joining the rest of Team X on Sunday for more D&D. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining me. And I will catch you here. Discord. I'll catch you on the internet. Bye-bye.